Hard work is no longer enough. If nobody knows you, if you cannot communicate, if you cannot position yourself, you may never truly get the opportunities that you deserve. And today's conversation is for anyone who feels capable of more, but is unsure how to position themselves in today's world. We're talking communication, visibility, and what it really takes to build influence and meaningful success. My guest today is Fred Ogbole, a digital marketing consultant, a serial entrepreneur, a member of Rotary Club Abuja, the founder of Fredmind, and the president of Toastmasters, Topaz, Abuja. He is going to be sharing so much with us today because from building businesses to, developing brands, he has spent years understanding how communication, strategy, and, visibility can transform lives, basically. So, honestly, I believe this episode will shift your mindset on how you think about success. So this podcast is suitable for anyone between the ages of 16 to 35. If you're a student, this podcast is suitable for students between the ages of 16 to 25. If you're interested in self-improvement, productivity, study tips, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to the Sweet and Sour Podcast. My name is Hikmat Abdulmuni. I'm a student just like you, someone who believes in disciplined growth and a nation builder. Here we're going to explore personal development, entrepreneurship, mindset transformation, and, breaking down systems, habits, and decisions that actually move the needle. If this is your first time listening to this amazing voice, don't make it your last. If not, sweetie, you know how we roll now.
You say H to the I to the Q, to the M to the A and the T. H to the I to the Q, to the M to the A and the T. H to the I to the Q, to the M to the A and the T.
All right. Welcome to Sweet and Sour, Mr. Fred. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you so much.
You're
so
sharp.
welcome. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you. So this episode is our 183, episode 183. And this episode is going to be, we're 6, basically. Sweet and Sour is 6 today.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So, my first question to you would be that you're a serial entrepreneur. Why do you call yourself a serial entrepreneur?
So first, I want to start by appreciating you for the audacity to do anything like this and being young and doing it your way. It's amazing. And I want to say kudos. Keep on doing that. And 103 episode.
183.
183.
Yes.
That is a thunderous resilience journey. And congratulations to the Sweet and Sour podcast.
Thank you.
At 6, it's a lot.
Yes.
And I understand why I am, first of all, starting with gratitude. That is because it is literally the way we live. And one of the reasons that I call myself a serial entrepreneur, it's the fact that my journey have brought that name. It's not just a title. My journey somehow define it excellently. I started off as a curious young man with a lot of curiosity and first of all with a defining goal of survival, having to come up from what we have in Nigerian context at a humble beginning, right? Your first goal is to escape poverty and escape lack and escape anything that pertains around struggle. And that led me into the deep impact of solving problems. One of my biggest passion is to solve problems. When I see people who are challenged, I see people who are struggling, whether they're making money or anything, I find a way to find a solution to solving that problem. So because of that ability of solving problem, at a young age, I am fascinated with anything that has to do with electrical stuff, anything that has to do with tech. I didn't even have a full grasp of, I was just joining into a system or a world. And that led me to studying computer science. And it brought the full scope of solving problems. Everything around computing has to do with solving problems. Computer science is generally a goal, a course targeted to solving problems with human needs, right? And from there, I had to pick a niche, particularly digital marketing, which was my way of venturing into that. And because of that curiosity of trying things online, seeing how it works, do tests and run, you try it out, you get a result, you're wowed, and you see how amazing into it. He also led me into starting up businesses. Now, some of those businesses are not a test and grip kind of idea. It's basically sitting at your spot, trying out things, and when it works, you stay consistent with it, and it becomes a livelihood. It becomes a way to earn. It becomes a way to lead. It becomes to show how it is possible. So serial entrepreneur is basically a life that I've lived. I'm not planning to live it anytime soon, and I'm still going to be here to do more on that. So let me cut it short here.
All right. That's like beautiful. So do you think that hard work alone is enough to succeed in today's world?
Hard work is good today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, we will always recommend hard work. But as we evolve, as we grow, there are a lot of things that you will need to add up to that. For instance, let's break it down to skill. Now, skill is a new survivor. I use that word because if you don't have a dime today, skill could pick you up for wherever you are. So it's a new survival, but it's not enough. Beyond your skill, you will need character. You will need a lot of discipline. You need humility. You need to learn empathy. You need to learn communication, because it is one thing to have something in mind. It is another thing to put it out correctly without misunderstanding the intention behind your communication, so that you're able to put all of those things are what you need. And of course, we've heard words like, oh, you need to do smart work. Of course, someone like me at age 7, I told my mom that I don't think that I will have the energy to do any work that requires physical energy at age 7. So I had known long time ago that I have no business with raising blocks, putting it on my shoulder. No shades to people who raise blocks.
Yeah.
They have the physical energy I don't have. So growing up, I was already shaping my life in angles that requires no physical energy to deliver results. It was early for me to know that, okay, laptop could be my friend. I could make use of my brain, my intellectual capacity. I could develop myself, make my speaking ability better, refined, and it could earn me money. So that is actually smart work. And you're putting your intellect into work, because it's a lot of intellectual work to do anything meaningful in life. It's also the same with somebody who at the site raising blocks to make building. The person is applying both the brain and the muscle.
Yeah.
I am applying the brain. Somehow the muscle, you could sit down for 8 hours.
Yeah, I know, right?
Working on laptop.
The gluteus muscle.
It's going to be a lot stress, but I had chosen my path early enough, and all my life I've lived it developing this path. So it's always one interesting journey to another interesting journey. So hard work, it is always recommended. If you listen to billionaires in this country, you always say they will always mention hard work.
Yes.
They will emphasize it. They are not whining you, you know. They are not trying to give you words why they are richer than you. No. That's just the main thing. You just have to work hard for it.
Work hard.
But while you're working hard for it, choose your path so that we won't work a whole day and expect results out of the blues. If you don't have physical energy like me, push in your energy into things that are not physical that could give you a result. A young lad in school could do spoken words to develop yourself into who are the top 10 spoken word artists we have in Nigeria? Yeah. Have you made a list of it? Are you good up to the first top 2? Those are your hard work. How many times do you sit down to rehearse being a spoken word artist a day? What effort do you put into it? Because when you listen to people who have the result and they tell you the effort they put into it is as good as you're not serious doing it. You are 6 now. You've done 183 episodes.
Yes.
Some of the days you wanted to shoot those episodes, it was raining.
Yes.
Some of the days you had every reason to give up.
I started recording in my wardrobe.
Great. So I'm saying that every journey, you have every reasons not to go further.
Yes.
But if you know what you want out of it, you push until it becomes something meaningful that people could feel, touch. Because anything metaphysical, it takes a lot of effort to bring it into reality.
Yes.
And that is vision. And that is what is vision. Vision is just a mental picture of what you have to deliver. Until that thing comes real, that people can feel and touch, nobody really see the impact of your vision, you know?
Yes.
So
like as a serial entrepreneur, right? What is the harsh reality of entrepreneurship, about entrepreneurship that social media doesn't show us?
Are we ready about this?
I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. I'm sure my audience is ready as well.
Harsh reality about entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Entrepreneurship is not a social media thing. It's social media could be part of driving the entrepreneurship journey because the world is digital, and I'm a big digital advocate, right? But the harsh reality that are not on social media, it's more than what is on social media. Social media is just a very low percentage, because the days where you fail are not on social media. The days where let me not use the word depressed, but I'll use it. The day where you're depressed because of situations are not on social media. The very difficult moment of business crisis are not on social media. And not everybody tell you they are failing days, right? So, but entrepreneurship, I call it a journey of faith. And I also define it that is a journey of faith, that each day that you wake up believing God that not just the fact that the business go well, but the clients come your way. So you earn money today and you're striving to earn the next paycheck. As an entrepreneur, you live your life by faith. So there are so many things that are not on social media. And I would like to say that if you want to journey in the entrepreneurial way, don't follow trends, don't follow the glamour, don't follow the luxury, because that's the only thing they're going to show you on social media. Off your camera, do the hard work, do the dirty job. Right? By dirty job, I'm not saying do it illegally. I'm saying sit down and do the work. As someone like me, I'm literally awake every day as early as 4 a.m. and I sleep 1 a.m., 2 a.m. When I'm not working, I'm at a recession. I'm trying to draft a document. I'm trying to do something else. While someone is having a full grasp of 8 hours sleep, 16 hours sleep, and they just tell you you have to sleep healthy, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But those are models. If you want to do anything, just literally look at someone who has done it better than you. I believe so much in mentorship. And it's literally helped my journey. When you listen to entrepreneurs who have done better than us, their stories are similar. When you read their books, they communicate their principles through their books. When you listen to their podcast, they tell you these things. There's nothing extra anywhere. Follow the principles. Follow the principles.
Speaking on books and speaking on people that have been successful entrepreneurs, there's this trend of, I read a lot, and I'm 100% sure that you do have favorite books and stuff. And there's Femi Otedola released his book, Making It Big. I'm currently reading it right now.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I saw I've been seeing different videos of people saying, oh, he started his life in London, so why would he come and be advising us Nigerians? They gave him £250,000 to start his business. Why would he come and be blah, blah, blah? And I'm just like, the point is, to an extent, I think a lot of people are missing the point. The point is not that this person has had all of these luxuries. To you, they may be luxury. Funny enough, I think people don't understand that. Even where you are at this point is someone else's luxury.
Exactly.
And where he was at that point, to him, might not have been luxury.
Yeah.
Because for him to have been in London and have to come back to Nigeria, why did he leave? Why didn't he just stay there permanently?
So I'm finally going to share my thought on that. I will share my thought with examples.
Okay, please go ahead.
And no shade to certain environment. If you stay in an environment that we call it in Nigeria trenches, and you read books of billionaires, there is every tendency that the billionaire mindset that you have developed will be overwhelmed by the trenches environment. So what you're consuming might not be useful for that moment. And there is also every possibility that the hardship you're going up at that moment can swallow up the content you had in you. Now, when you stay in an environment, let's say a very nice estate, that creates that good ambience, that allow you to think, that allow you to explore your possibilities, and you read the billionaire's book, it becomes a bit more real to you.
More realistic, yes.
So when you see those kind of content, they're just communicating their insecurities. They're only communicating their fears. It is absolutely nothing wrong in what they are saying.
Exactly.
I'm just telling you that in every books, every content you consume from somebody who has done something that you have not done, take it, consume it, wait for the time it is used for application. The time that is ripe for the application of that knowledge. Because if you stay in a very remote environment and you consume that kind of book, your first discouragement will be that, oh, it started in London. I was not born in London. First of all, go and take his history down. His father was a former governor of Lagos State. Your dad is not a governor. You might probably be the first person to make a name out of your family. But it doesn't mean that
you can't learn. Yes. Because, speaking on location that you've said, I later realized, because one thing I picked from the book was, Otedola had to relocate from the mainland to the island because he needed to borrow money from some certain banks who would not give money except they knew your house. And his house being on the island was a valuable location for him to stay to get a loan. But unfortunately, the propaganda of this propaganda is not out there. But I really learned that location is really, really important.
In fact, just a little more perspective to add up to this before we move on, right? Is the fact that have you taken out time to understand what you need to do to get a loan? Because for you to get a loan, you need to be, first of all, credit worthy. You borrow money from loan app and you're running away to pay. You're just putting yourself in the debt trap of credit bureau. You are not going to be credit worthy to borrow 10 million. In this country, in every entrepreneur use loan as leverage. If you are able to focus on the real journey, the roadmap to growth, every of these entrepreneurs, listen to their story. They borrow up, they get loans to level up, they get loans to do a lot of things. First of all, understand, at this your journey, and either as a student, you're probably open to borrowing 20,000, 30,000 naira at every level. For instance, now, the last time I checked my GTB and I showed me my borrowing capacity, I was like, oh, wow. So it means that every of those stages, your banks are giving you options to borrow. Do you even understand what you need the money for? Because most people don't even keep their own side of the bargain when it comes to borrowing money from loan at 5,000, 10,000. You borrow and you disappear.
Some people even buy credit 2,000 and break this in.
And you can't think to get into that stage of a billionaire because the effort, because the most important thing about growth is strategy. Moving to the mainland to get closer to people that need to give him money was strategy.
The island, yes. From the mainland to island.
It wasn't comfortable, but he needs to do it to get the result.
Yes.
So strategy over emotion for me, any day, anytime.
Okay, let's talk about communication right now. So do you think that opportunities goes to the most qualified or to the people who can communicate the best?
It is clear already. In Nigeria, there are a lot of influencers that are out there that sell out content that are not the best with the moral standard. But they are the loudest. They get the loudest attention. In fact, the world will reward the loudest over the most intelligent. That's how the world is designed. I wasn't the one that made the rules, right? So whatever intellect you have, do your best to put it out there. As much as you can, no matter how little, just grab the resilience, learn on the way. There's one of the content I jotted down. I'm putting it out to become a book. I read it, the audacity to start. Start and figure it out. Sweet and Sour is a good example of it, you know. Start and figuring out on the journey. As you're going, you're refining your vision. At the end of the day, you literally might not even be able to conceive what it will become tomorrow, but you just have to start. So if you're intelligent, and there's this cliche in Nigeria that, people that are on social media, I don't want to mention any name, right? They don't have the good character, they use erotic content and all of that. It's because they're out there. You bring out the good content. Let's use it to
dampen
what
is currently out there.
If yours is more, it's just as if a flip example, and I'm just going to make it short. It's just as if you're talking about governance in Nigeria, and you're just making noise about it.
Yes.
You're not getting involved. You don't even know how the electoral process are done. You don't even have a PVC. You don't even have a polling unit for voting. You don't even know how somebody is elected. You don't even know a process of pushing a bill in a country, and you're just talking. You just get involved and understand how it is done. It's your civic right as a Nigerian to participate. We don't say come and contest for election, but participate. Same thing with content. Come and participate. Put out your content. You should be able to create 50 videos, because if you create 5 videos a week, you're going to create about 60 videos a month. It's a lot of work for them. So if you put in that work, then we come back to the conversation.
Okay, guys, remember that you should get your PVC. Make sure you vote in this coming election, honestly. Do you think that young people in our world are lazy? And if, depending on what your answer is, what do we as young people misunderstand about success in today's world?
So I start from the second one.
Okay.
Success is not a quick win, right? There is absolutely nothing about being successful that you want to build, you want to grow, that is overnight. It's a big lie, right? And also note that while you want to achieve success, there is a difference between managing pressure and setting a goal, right? You know, social media create a lot of pressure, create a glamour and all of that. So when you clearly define what you want and trust God, right? Let me add that word. And trust God to help you achieve it. It will become easier. There's a lot of young, talented Africans that are very, very gifted out there.
Money Point founder said, are young Nigerians just lazy? Or what is it exactly?
Dragging me back into this 500 employee thing.
Okay.
So it's a two-way thing, and it's an argument that had consistently caught a lot of boos online.
Honestly.
So I think that it's a two-way thing. I will talk from the employer and the employee angle. From the employer angle, an employer go through a lot that employees are not aware of.
Okay.
Now, employer go through a lot in terms of getting the right talent.
Okay.
And getting the right talent with the right character, the right charisma to deliver the result that you want. And I categorize it in two. If you went to employ an entry level, and then by entry level, I mean a corper, somebody who is doing internship, somebody who is doing IT to work with you, you're going to pay the person lesser, but be ready to train, develop them, and grow them to have the right capability to stay on the job. If you're going to employ an expert, somebody who is already good in their career, be ready to pay higher because they are coming in with their A game, they are coming in with the right skill, they've learned that from somewhere else, and you have to pay higher, right? And coming to their part of the employee, there are a lot of employee who has not developed the right capacity to assess the right opportunity. So I believe in employee having to grow themselves. And there are also very, very wicked employers. I'm just taking my time to create a balance. There are very wicked employers who employ people to pay them peanuts that cannot change their life and want to keep you working for them. I'm an employer, so I understand the pain of running a business and having to pay people monthly, right? I believe on the philosophy that says communicate your vision clearly, communicate your goals clearly, communicate your expectations, communicate your punishment when people fall short of certain expectations.
Okay.
And put that out strictly without having to be manipulative, to be bossy, to be annoying, to even insult staff. It is annoying, rude, and bad to insult
your staff.
So I don't do that. I don't have that kind of model in my company. Right? I have a model that is family-based. People should be able to happy to work. If we come on a ground where we can no more have a common understanding to work, we'll send you an email. You are excused from the work. It doesn't have to be fight. It doesn't have to be war. Right? So, and there is a lot of unemployable Nigerians. Right? It is contextual. It's not everyone thing that, okay, all Nigerians are not employable, they are lazy. No, there are a lot of hardworking people that are not paid well.
Yes.
If you want people to work and get the excellent result, you pay them well. If you're not paying them well, be ready to exchange something for it. Training them, you're bringing someone in, train the person, develop the person grow through you. Someone like me, when I started employing people, I didn't have the money to bring in experts. I started with corpers. I get corpers. You work with me. I know we're going to work together for a year. So we're going to be doing a lot of training that you're going to grow into with the goal that when you stay with us and we're done with the NYSC, you transition into a full labor market employment system. And your salary is upscaled. So we have built character, competence, behavior over time.
Yes.
All of the things I'm needing with you, we've developed it. And when you're going into the full systems, it becomes a balanced system. We don't have to fight over it. So the goal is just approach the kind of people you want. Entry level, be ready to train. Expert, be ready to pay them well. But don't employ people and you pay them peanuts expecting them to give you a global standard behavior.
I love your absolute answer to that. So it's not like Nigerians are lazy, because I think like even that word saying that Nigerians are lazy would not cut it, because if you go outside Nigeria, a lot of people, for example, I'm going to speak in the medical aspect, like in fact, if you go to, I'm very sure that if you go to a hospital in the US or in the UK, the probability that you would be attended to by a Nigerian person, I don't know the probability, but like it's very high, because a lot of Nigerians are jackpotting, and
There are lazy Nigerians.
Yes.
You can't take that out.
No, I'm not going to take
and
that.
And Nigerians, I give them the kudos that Nigerians are very hardworking people.
Exactly.
Wherever country you go to and you can't find black nations, it means that something is wrong with the country. Because Nigerians take out their time to explore opportunities anywhere they find it.
Yes.
Now, when you come to payment pattern, as far as Nigeria is concerned, of course, the medical field, a lot of field are paid way below the average of lifespan that we have, way below they could afford a good life, right? And it's more reason why people take out time to travel abroad. Because I run a travel company at a business, so I wouldn't want to say much on that. So it's a lot of people, reason why people travel abroad, but it is contextual. You who know what you want. If I get somebody who falls below the standard, I have a mentor who, one of his principles for employing people is you must be a first-class graduate. That is his company's principle. It's not yours. So when you come and you don't meet that standard, go. Right? It's not something we are debating. That is their own policy. So it depends on what works for you, right? When you meet an employee who does not meet your standard, does not meet your KPI, is not productive, let the person go, right? And also, there was a school of thought that I learned a couple of years ago. If a company gets somebody who is better than you, they'll let you go. If you get a place that is better than the place you're working, you can also excuse yourself before you be excused later.
I like that. Can you say that again, please?
So if your company gets somebody who is better than you, who bring up something to the table better than you do,
what do you
they'll
bring
let
to
you
the
go.
table? Okay.
They'll let you go.
Yes.
And if you get somewhere that is better, higher, that serve your life goal better, you could also excuse yourself.
Let them go, yes.
You could also let yourself. Don't hold on to it so bad that when you need them the most, they'll now say, oh, we're retrenching. Facebook just retrenched 8,000 staffs.
Wow.
Facebook. And a lot of companies will do that too.
Yes.
They could apologize to you, but it's just for the growth of the company.
We regret to inform you.
We regret to inform you. Yes, so, but it's also the growth of company, and there's absolutely nothing you're going to do about it.
Yes.
So it's a balanced thing. I have seen employers that if you pay me any amount, I will not want to work with them, either because of their toxic behavior of whatever it is that you want. I don't want to associate with you. I've also seen employees who does not fucking care about the company. They just want to take their paycheck and go. So, but on the both side, there is a need to create a balance. There's a need to get the right talent, because the right talent, the right team will build the business.
Yes.
Not the right vision. The right team will build the business. So you need the right team any day, anytime.
So, have you ever failed before?
A lot of times.
So what did failure teach you that success could never?
So every time you fail, it teaches you one way that you cannot fail again. Right? Failure is something that people should appreciate. Failure is something that you should not always see it as. Of course, anytime you fail as a human, you feel bad. You have different kind of feelings.
Yes.
A lot of thoughts explore your head.
Yes.
I've failed a couple of times. I've registered some businesses who never made it to the limelight. Some of them were just boosts of ideas in my head. Let me register it from CSC, and he ended up not making it out. So whenever you have opportunity to fail, take out time to reflect, withdraw back, reflect, check what happened, what made it did not work, or I did everything possible, it wasn't working. I give you an example, and this is a part of Toastmasters that I love, evaluation and feedback. Take out time to, even if it means getting feedback from people who care to give you good feedback, please do, so that you are able to not just tread that path again. It's just like the popular words that say once bitten, twice shy. So that you would, but failure is a good thing. In business, in any aspect of your business that you fail, there's every tendency that you will not repeat that failure again, except you don't learn from it.
And speaking on that, when I was younger, they always tell us that, fail means first attempt in learning. So don't be scared. Don't be this. It's your first attempt in learning. So exactly, if you do not learn from it, that's when you can actually go back to
Go
failing.
back and fail again. So
again.
failing is a good thing in life. It's absolutely nothing wrong in failing. In fact, people who fail are people who tried. People who did not try at all have never
fail.
experienced
Yes.
it. So it is a good thing to try. Okay, you failed at it. Okay, let me learn a better way of doing this. Let me learn. Okay, what I'm doing now, I don't know enough. Let me go back to school and learn.
Learn more, yes. Sir, you spoke about Toastmasters and you're the president of Topaz Toastmasters Abuja.
Yeah.
So if a person listening right now wants to join Topaz Toastmasters Abuja, can you give me like very quickly steps that
Yeah, so go to Toastmasters International website. There's a space where you say find a club close to you. You could find a club close to you. And
you can pick anywhere
you want to join. There's a lot of clubs across the world, and any of them you could become a member of the club. And of course, I'm a president of Topaz Toastmasters Club.
Yes.
You could go online, check Topaz, and send us a DM, and we're good.
Okay, so what is the membership fee for that?
Yeah, so when you come, they're going to give you proper orientations about everything, and you can come. Of course, there's some fee attached that you're going to pay to join, and you're going to be good.
So just going to the Topaz, to the Toastmasters
website, find a club close to you, and it's easier
to reach out to the club.
Yeah.
Okay, so Toastmasters could teach us how to communicate better,
become a better speaker,
public speaking,
lead well. And I love the pattern of leadership in Toastmasters because it is a leadership by service. You do what we call servant leadership. You have opportunity of leading people. I have the huge privilege of leading people in the last 1 year. I've led people that were far older than me in their 60s. I've led people that were younger than me, people at my age range. And it's been such amazing and a beautiful thing having to lead people, and with such humility, emotional intelligence. You have to learn a lot of things that 4 walls of the classrooms will not teach you. So leadership give you the opportunity to learn. So you learn by doing. We call it learn by doing. You learn and grow. But you must be available, be able to get into that space before you are able to pick up those things.
Okay, so the last question before I let you go. If you could speak to one young person right now trying to build a life that they are proud of, what would you tell them?
One of the things I'm very passionate about is speaking to young people, right? One of the few things I will tell them is, number one, get a mentor. The life that is in your head that you want to build, somebody else has done it. You're not the first. You will not be the last. To get somebody who has modeled that path, that could show you how it is done.
The blueprint.
A blueprint of how it is done. Somebody in your field, if you're a lawyer, you're a medical student, somebody in that field somehow have gotten some level of success that you could model and follow path. Get a coach. A coach is somebody who hold you hand by hand, show you how it is done, right? And when you do all of that, it literally narrowed down the ambiguity of what you have in mind to something real, something more relatable. I give you a quick example. If they say, okay, if we give you 100 billion now, what will you do with it?
Some people say, they're first going to flex.
Exactly. It means at that point, you don't need that money. It's not relatable to your everyday experience. You've not even hit your frame of thought on that figure before. So it's going to do a lot of damage to you if somebody does not guide you, even if it comes miraculously.
Yes.
If somebody does not guide you, right? And also trust God to show you your path.
Are you open to mentorship, like mentoring people right now? Like, no, you guys, I'm about to recruit Mr. Fred to be your mentor. So
let me say this before you go ahead.
Okay.
Speed in the wrong direction is not an advantage.
Okay.
Right? And my mentor will always say that, so speed in the wrong direction is not an advantage. So if you are able to conserve your energy early, the results you're going to achieve within the shortest time, you'll be surprised. Because you're channeling all your energy in the right direction. And you will get the right results. Because that's how it works. If you channel it in the wrong direction and you scatter it around, before you're able to put them together, you might probably be at the age where life puts you under pressure. Not social media, life has a way of putting you under pressure. You're at a certain age, you've not done certain things, you've not done X, Y, Z things.
So the mentorship, are you open to that? Like how many mentees? You have to take some of the people listening to this podcast.
Yeah,
right now.
I
How
have.
many mentees can we give you?
I have a few now,
Okay.
and I wanted to put up a mentorship platform a couple of months ago.
Okay.
I just had to drop it down because I got a lot I was doing, a lot I was doing, and I needed to create that time to be able to give it attention because I believe that a lot of young people with the right knowledge, right skill, they're going to do amazing things. Amazing things. So I will welcome a few.
What is a few? I want a number. So when I'm putting
just
it out,
a few.
Is a few around 5, 10?
2, 3.
2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're interested in being a mentee, you need Mr. Fred's mentorship. Make sure you're, first of all, in our community. If you're not in our community, you don't have that access. But if you're in our community, you definitely have that access. We'll drop the criteria for you to get to be part of Mr. Fred's mentees. And that's it for today, sweetie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember that growth doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice, by the day-to-day habits, the small disciplines you practice every day. If you found value in this episode, follow and share with a friend who needs a little push to level up. Until next time, I'm your host, H to the I to the Q to the M to the A and the T. Stay intentional, stay growing, and stay structured.